welcome to this frigid, snowy Saturday. We're up here at Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Getting everything situated here. It's about 25 degrees here today. Got some light snow falling. A little bit of snow on the ground. Came up here to try to get some of the holiday traffic that's going on. A lot of people trying to get into the airport. I was trying to go live before the 757 Cleveland Browns charter left, but there's a pretty good line to try to get into the airport, so took a little bit of time to get up here. I will say the parking garage is not as full as I thought it would be, but thank you all so much for being here. Hope you're enjoying your Saturday. Hope you're staying warm. We'll go live for a little bit today. Got some light snow falling, so if you're a fan of winter, it's a good day to tune in to United 737. Got my hat and gloves on. What I've learned is I need to get some snow pants, boots, and a scarf. I have boots somewhere. I gotta figure out where I put them. Saying we might see some sustained cold next month. We'll have to wait and see. But we are due for a warm up here in the next couple of days. Hope the wind noise isn't too bad for you. CRJ is taking a gate that was occupied by the E-175. Pretty good snow spray today, as you can see, kicking out from underneath it. One good thing about this time of year, though, it's not that bright out. It's about 4 o'clock. On the first day of winter today, so the earliest sunset I think is tonight. But with the snow on the ground, we still have pretty decent lighting. Maybe 11 will depart around 10 o'clock tonight. And we got a Southwest 737 taxiing into the gate. A lot of Southwest today. They've beefed their schedule up a little bit going into the holiday travel season. A lot of people traveling today, a lot of people traveling this weekend, with Christmas Day being on Wednesday. Yeah, you see some cool stuff at the New York airports for sure, is the American Eagle. But yeah, the Canadian government A310, the Air Force A310 that came in a couple of weeks ago, was a really, really cool catch. That was my first day of vacation too, so I really was just kind of laying in bed. I saw that come in, I was like, oh crap, let's go get that. There was one that came in I think it was April or May. It was when I was down in Louisville for the air show. One came in, so I was glad I got another chance to see one. A couple of days away from Christmas. Hopefully everyone has got your gifts. I saw that Amazon has a national strike going on, and I bought some gifts on Amazon, and I have my fingers crossed, hoping that they get here in time for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day when we usually do stuff. Running 30% off on my merchandise store. It's a little bit of stuff on there, t-shirts, hats, and whatnot. If you're interested in that, definitely check it out. If you need a last-minute Christmas gift, but hard to believe we're only a couple of days away. I am not ready for it. As the United pulls into its gate, we got a United Express ERJ 145 taking the runway right now. Kind of an Unusual visitor to Hopkins Airport. We don't see too many of these. We got them for the winter travel season. So somebody is going to go over to de-ice. It might be the American Eagle. Like a United Express E175 has left the end of the Charlie concourse, is heading over to de-ice. I know later on today we should have one of the Frontier green Airline livery bald eagles, I guess, coming in around 5:30. So we'll try to get that before it gets too dark and we got to shut off for the day. And I know there's an Aero Novice Swear Engine Metroliner that was supposed to leave around 1 o'clock, but it's still here, so maybe we'll get lucky and we'll see that leave before we cut off later on today. Whether they're ramp agents or work for the aerial refuelers or anyone who's working outside in the weather, thank you all so much for what you do. You know, the weather isn't pleasant and you're still out there busting your butts getting things loaded up, especially this time of year with the increased travel demands as people are leaving for Christmas and New Year's and everything going on. So thank you all so much for what you do. Spraying the de-icing fuel on the United Express aircraft over there. The American Eagle in the background looks like it's about done. So they should be heading to the runway here soon. I think I said it was an ERJ. I think it's a CRJ. Picked up a little bit. I wonder if they're going to end up switching runways. The windsock is still kind of in the direction of the 2-4s, but really it's almost pointing directly at me. So we definitely have a crosswind going across the airport. And from where I'm standing, it feels like the wind is kind of blowing a little bit more off from my right. So I wonder if they end up turning the airport around again. It looks like that windsock is shifting more and more to its right. Right now it's pretty much blowing directly across the airport. So hopefully we stay on the 2-4s. And Lily the Wolves on this A321. Taxi over to get de-iced before their flight out. I did pick up the Frontier Go Wild annual pass. They had a promo earlier this week where you could pick it up for $300, I think it was $299 for a full year. So I decided to pick that up again. I had it for a month last year. I did like the $50, $60, whatever it was, trial period on it last year and used it for those trips to Florida. But for that price, I'm like, for that price, it just seems to make sense because think about like a day trip somewhere, you know, spending $150 or whatever, so you might as well just do that. The only issue with Frontier, maybe I'll do a video on it at some point. I kind of want to do a video on like how I travel because I usually try to do it as cheaply as possible. But maybe we'll talk about some of the pros and cons of that pass based on my experiences as this United CRJ pushes back. The biggest drawback to Frontier's pass really is like just the some of the timing of some of those flights. They did announce their schedule for 2025, and it's definitely less than what it was in 2024. So unfortunately, a fair amount of those flights that they added last year don't look like they're coming back. Maybe they'll make some changes to that schedule, but I know Houston and I think Minneapolis was one of the flights that wasn't coming back. So we'll see how much we use it, but basically the price of 2 flights. So if I use it more than twice, it'll pay itself off. For their flights, but it wasn't ERJ. I was right, but still, it certainly has its pros and cons. It's weekly, so we're going to see more Aer Lingus next year. The only day that we will not see them will be Saturdays, and that's going to go year-round next year as well. Right now we have about a 6-week break with Aer Lingus, usually like in January and February. But next year it sounds like it's going to go year-round, 6 times daily. So really exciting to see that Aer Lingus flight has been successful and that they're going to grow frequencies here. I saw an article that said that the first year they took about $2 million out of the subsidy, but they haven't said anything outside of that. So it seems like the flight must be profitable for them. I did hear as well, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard that Cleveland should get the A321 XLRs next summer with Aer Lingus, so that'll be pretty cool to see. NetJets landing on the right side, American Eagle departing here on the left side. I believe they're on their way to Philly. Shortest day of the year, so we will deal with the early sunset tonight.
Jet 347, turn left to November, full short runway 2 fluid, where you park it. Jet 347, roger, cross runway 2.
As the wind and snow picks up a little bit. Frontier.
Okay, it's Juliet 1, Lima Foxtrot.
This guy, on the other hand, is like, please, let's go somewhere warm. I don't want to be in the cold. I do enjoy the animal tails on Frontier. What is this one? It's Ichabod the Whooping Crane. Yeah, I think he's like, hey, let's go somewhere warm. Heading over to de-ice. A320 Neo for Frontier. Frontier has pretty much won the low-cost carrier war here. We do still have a decent amount of Southwest flights. Their service is about the same as what it has been for the last several years. Spirit, I know they have their financial issues, but they basically have pulled out. The only Spirit flight we have right now is the flights to Fort Lauderdale, which comes in around 11 o'clock at night. I think it leaves at like 5 or 6 in the morning. That's the only Frontier flight that we have now. They do have decent size operations out of Columbus, but pretty much if you want a cheap flight out of Cleveland, you're going to take it on Frontier. They opened up their base last March, and have pretty much taken over. Of course, United is still the biggest airline here. I think they are heading over to de-ice. So look at that. That's a pretty private jet. It does look like they're going to de-ice, so they're going to park, it looks like, and wait for... Oh, maybe not. Can't tell if they're going to de-ice or they're going to one of the FBOs. They might be going to one of the FBOs. Keeping my hands warm. I'm going to do that really quick, I think. Definitely a chilly day here in Cleveland, but we are looking forward to a warm-up next week. So my plan right now on Christmas Eve, so I think it's Tuesday if I remember right, probably come up and do another live stream. We'll see what the weather does. I did one on Thanksgiving and it was freezing up here. Today is chilly, but not quite as chilly as it was that day. See, that windsock is blowing directly at us right now and more or less across the field. But it was freezing that day. So we'll see what the weather does on Tuesday, but we'll try to come up here and do a Christmas Eve live stream for you. Probably won't do one Christmas Day. We got some stuff going on. We got some stuff going on Christmas Eve at night, but Christmas Day with family. And also for Thanksgiving, there wasn't a lot of traffic during the holidays, so we'll probably do Christmas Eve instead. So looking forward to bringing that to you. Not sure what time, probably somewhere around 12, 1 o'clock. We'll come up and do a live stream for you. Tomorrow I'm planning on going to Columbus. We'll see what the weather does and getting the OSU charters that'll be down there, and Tennessee charters. On live stream though, it depends on how cold it is. Columbus, you got to walk a little bit. If you want to go to the end of the garage where the best views are, you got to kind of walk away from your car unless you have that that pass, which I don't, to get to that end of the parking garage. So may just do a regular video tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. We'll see what the weather does. If the weather's terrible, we'll just come up here. I do like the spot in the snow though, so if it was like 10 degrees warmer but the snow was really coming down, I do enjoy coming up. Had a peregrine falcon fly over, that was cool. But I do like coming up in the snow. They would just have more of the wind and the cold, but it is kind of fun to come up when it's really coming down. There's the Delta Connection EA 175 out of Boston. Frontier is done with de-ice. They're heading over to the runway, as well as the United Express CRJ taking the runway now. see all that fluid spraying off the back. That was pretty cool.
792, cross the way 24 left to November, south on the other side.
This aircraft is out of Dallas, Texas, DFW. The whooping crane is on its way out. Year or so they've switched out to the 767, so it's been pretty cool to see the MD-11s. We've had them about every day for the last couple of weeks, sometimes 2 a day, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening, so it's been pretty cool to see the MD-11s. But I know they are retiring them. I'm not sure what the end date is for them yet. I think FedEx, though, I think theirs are next year, so I might have to try to go to an airport to get to FedEx MD-11 before they're gone. I have never seen a FedEx MD-11, and all the airports I visited, I've not seen a FedEx MD-11, so I might have to make a trip somewhere to see one. Of course, I've been to Louisville, which is UPS's world port. And you'll see dozens of them down there, but I enjoy the MD-11, so I'm trying to get them, if they come in or if they leave during the day, I'm trying to get up here to get them as long as I can get, depending on my work schedule and everything, but I do enjoy seeing the MD-11s. During the week, they've been leaving around 9:30, so we'll see what happens next week. I'll try to get up here to get one. This one will leave at 9:45 tonight. CRJ still holding short. Meanwhile, a United 737 is pushing back from its gate over there around Charlie 13. Can't feel the buttons on the camera through these gloves. Like a 737-800 pushing back for United Airlines. Southwest is also taxiing over. I wonder if they're going to the runway or if they're going to go de-ice. They're going to de-ice. American is on its way to its gate. It'll be one of the Charlie gates over here. United as that's coming in. right engine. The Evo Blue Cowley, they are on their way to the runway. That aircraft is heading to Houston this afternoon. Houston Bush Intercontinental. And the Southwest is going over to de-ice. They're pulling into the pad now. Seven 200 inbound. Right here, Charlie 29. Here's the American Eagle. United 1545 on his takeoff roll. We'll get that aircraft now. They are heading to Houston. Enough room, but I would love to see one here someday. Playing game on Roblox, that makes sense. Wish you luck at finding the MD-11 for FedEx. Hopefully at some point we'll get to see one. But I think those are gone next year, if I remember right, for FedEx, and UPS will still be around a little longer. United taxiing over to the runway, or to de-ice, one of the two. Probably de-ice. This aircraft's been here for a little bit. So I want to thank everyone for being here today. If you haven't done so already, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button down below. Thank you all so much for your support. Hoping you all have a safe and happy holiday season. We're going to probably wrap it up here in the next couple of minutes. Starting to get dark and get kind of chilly up here, so we'll probably wrap it up in the next couple of minutes. But I just want to thank everyone for your support. And we're going to do another one of these probably on Christmas Eve, so looking forward to bringing that to you. But I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for today. Go home and get some dinner and warm up a little bit. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here today. If you haven't done so, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below. Comment down below. I'll try to get to the comments as we go. Thank you all so much for your support. We'll do a longer live stream here in the next couple of days once it kind of warms up a little bit. Looking forward to the Christmas Eve live stream for you. Hope you have a great rest of the night. Have a great weekend. And we'll catch you next time from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you so much for being here.